If you're running a coach this size, you don't guess at your lubrication specs. You verify them. We verified the air system in the last episode. Now we're handling the heavy stair suspension to complete this audit.
Tag axle, we have 2 slack adjusters, one for the driver's side and another one for the passenger side. And then we have to get on the other side of the tag axle in the front of the drive axle, and the 2 slack adjusters are there. The other thing we're also going to accomplish is, here's your drive shaft going to the drive axle, and there's some greasing locations here as well, and we're going to go ahead and accomplish that while we're underneath. You got a couple grease fittings, so just grab your shop towel, clean off all this crud that is here.
And then right next to it we have another Zerk fitting. Once you have grease coming out, go ahead and just give everything a wipe down. And now we'll grease the second one. You can see the grease starting to ooze out right there, and that's what we're looking for. So now that both tag axle slack adjusters have been greased, we're going to move on to the universal joint here on this drive shaft. So we are under the passenger side stair tire, and we're going to grease the suspension here. So there's 6 greasing points on each side. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's 6. At the rear of the coach, we got the chassis batteries. For this electrical check back here, all we're going to do is verify that all the battery connections are tight. You definitely do not want any loose chassis battery connections. Any loose connections, one, will sit there and start raving havoc on your electrical system. 2, it will sit there and start creating hot spots in your electrical system, especially at these connection points, which can lead to a damaged power cable and or lead to a fire eventually due to the high resistance. So you definitely want to make sure, just double check, make sure everything is tight. That one is a loose connection right there. We're going to go ahead and get that tightened up. Next on our list is going to be the Onan generator. Out here we're going to check the oil level and also our coolant level. Tires are a huge fear for any RVer, whether it's a travel trailer or a 44-foot motorhome. Conducting proper tire inspections prior to any road trip is always important. We're going to cover the minimum inspection that should be done before you ever hit the road in your motorhome. The first thing you want to do is just a visual inspection of the sidewall of all your tires, making sure there's no cracks, no blemishes, no bulges, and no defects. Take a look at tread, the wear pattern, any chunks missing, anything that is not normal you want to address. Next, look for the date code. It'll start with the DOT, the date code. So the 2222 indicates the 22nd week of 2022. Typically for your RV motorhome tires, 7 to 8 years is the life expectancy of each tire. So you want to make sure that your date code falls within that time frame. Air pressures is the #1 topic on most of the social media platforms. What air pressure am I supposed to run my tires at? And to be technically correct, there was a video produced by Tulsan Life that did an outstanding job identifying or doing a 4-corner way to properly adjust each tire on each axle.
Inside your motorhome, on my 23 Entegra Aspire, it happens to be right behind the driver's seat, you'll see a bunch of manufacturer's stickers, and on those stickers gives you the recommended tire inflation, tire size, and the recommended cold inflate. We have 125 for the stair tires, 80 psi for the drive axle, and 90 psi for the tag axle.
The pressures on that label is the manufacturer's recommendation for this size tire if you are at 100% weight capacity, max load. Most RVers do not travel at max capacity. However, for me, I always judge based on the manufacturer's maximum weight. This puts me in a safe zone in the event, you know, again, I don't weigh my RV every trip. Usually once, maybe twice a year, I'll do a weigh. But other than that, I don't weigh the coach every single trip. Back here at the drive axle, this is the dual tire rear axle. And one of the problems that most people have is filling the inner tire because of accessibility challenges. So as you go through the outer wheel, you can see the valve stem for the inner tire. It's a little hard to judge, but we're about 4 inches back. So if you guys are anything like me, I carry a variety of air chucks because of this problem. The first one I got is just a flexible hose style with the standard air chuck. The next is a semi-flexible. I got, you know, this 5-6 inch inflator on a flexible hose, and then I've got a complete rigid. And I tell you, as all of them work just fine, they also present their own challenges, especially when you're trying to go 4 or 5 inches back there. So for me, I chose Air Flexx. This is a Ken-Tool Air Flexx adapter. I'll put the link in the description below. What I liked about these are not rigid. They are flexible. They're a PVC style extender, and they also are a stop leak extension, meaning if this ever breaks somewhere in the center, it will prevent the air from escaping on the inner tire. I also purchased these 2.5 inch wheel stabilizers that the valve stem goes in. That way, as we travel down the highway, the centrifugal force doesn't put so much wear and tear on these extensions. The installation of these extenders are super easy. Take the extension, find your inner valve stem, and thread them into place. Take a 3/8 wrench. This end of the valve extension is fitted for your wrench, and just snug it up. Don't need any real pressure. Next, you're going to take your valve stem stabilizer, push your extension through, and now you have easy access to your inner tire. The chassis has now been verified. Reliability starts here, but it doesn't end here. The next episodes move into roof integrity and life support system, power and water management. If you're running a rig like this, subscribe to keep these procedures on hand. If this video saved you time and some money, hit the like button. It helps other motorhome owners find the content that they're looking for when they need it the most. And if you want to follow along for the whole maintenance series, subscribe and ring that bell. We're adding to the series regularly. Got questions or did it differently? Put it in the comments below. I read every single one of them. Until next time, I'm Brent with 44 Feet of Freedom. We're taking the power back.